Hilda, thank you for agreeing to be interviewed by me and really to share some of your experiences, thoughts, and fun times that we've had together in the coaching cohort and helping you to become a certified professional coach. And I think your example and some of the things you share will really be an encouragement to other people because I know others are looking to become certified coaches and they're wondering, hey, is this a good fit for me right now in my life? So before we get started, tell us a little bit about what you do for work and the people you serve every single day.
Sure, Marcel. I've actually been 38 plus years an executive assistant with Johnson and Johnson,
Mhm.
and how I serve people through my business, professional. It's really based on what are the needs that they have, so that I would be able to help them um, getting from point A to point B.
Mhm.
And it's been vice presidents, it's been senior directors, and actually I've worked, with managers, supervisors. That's how I started all the way up. And it's been a pleasure for me to really serve folks in detailing their work in a way that they can really find effectiveness to do their jobs. They do travel a lot, they do go to a lot of meetings, and just being able to work through the challenges of making it smoother for them and finding those ways of how to help them survive through all the traveling and making it easier for them. And it's been excellent. And I love serving. I love finding ways to really listening to what the need is, and just finding ways that I could help in making their lives a little bit easier. I think this is the core
Yeah.
of everything.
That's good. That's good. And I've known you for a long time, and I know you've always been very service oriented and looking to help other
Hmm.
people look good. Yeah, and you do a really good
Yes.
job of that.
Yes.
As we get into some of the questions here, what would you say was either a problem or a challenge that you had from a leadership perspective that you really wanted to grow? And once you started the program, you started really understanding how the program can help you develop in this area.
Absolutely. One of the main things, a lot of stuff was very, very good. The one that stuck out the most, and I think it was extremely important for me, was the fact that I was able to now listen as people were discussing, their conversations. I was able to not just hear, but listen to what was really, happening. It helped me immensely in that area, Marcel. It was like, sometimes you're in meetings, sometimes you're speaking to people, but the fact that you're curious, you start getting this curiosity of what really is the need in those conversations. It just really, you sit back. It has allowed me to sit back and really focus on getting curious. I think to me it's like getting curious and more, because when you're listening to someone, you're hearing their stories, and it's not that you don't want to be completely connected, but it does connect you more, because now you are understanding how important it is to really be curious as to what people are really saying, and finding that depth that you need in their, and whatever the situations are that they're sharing in meetings, or it really has made a big impact on that area.
That's great. And as we've learned, if you're curious, then you're more engaged in the conversation. You're taking notes, you're asking better questions. And it's not that you weren't curious before, but now you're more intentional about
Hmm.
listening, like you said, not just hearing what they're saying, but really understanding the why behind it. So take us back a little bit. What would you say may have been a frustration in this process of participating in meetings? And now that you realize, wow, I'm such a better listener today than I was back then, were there any frustrations that you had before starting the coach training program in that area?
Well, yeah, I really struggle trying to find the right questions to ask folks that would really, impact whatever we're trying to, trying to get at.
Mhm.
So it was really challenging for me to really think about the proper questions rather than just completely say it out there. So it really that was the most challenging part for me. And before and after in the professional world and in any kind of world, it was really learning through that. It was a bit hard for me. So that's the part that was frustrating for me, but it was so beneficial to really start learning how to really ask the right questions. And with along the curiosity, people just really love it because they feel that you're engaged and that you care
Mhm.
about them, and they really open more and they say more and they share more, and it helps them really become a better version of themselves. And like you said, I love to really see that in others, and that gives me joy when people are really accomplishing. So, but yeah, I would say the frustrating part was that Marcel really trying to get the questions. Um, but it's helped me. It's helped me immensely, and still working through it.
So now that you're sitting in a meeting and you've had this certified coach training, how does that
Yep.
give you more clarity and confidence sitting in those meetings?
Oh, excellent. And even just the jotting down, that's one of the things that we learned, that we are able to, it's okay to just really step back and just take your time and write down, and come up with the proper, questions, and you have more time to think through it, because it's just really it's another pace. It really allows you to think through it right as people are speaking, and gather your thoughts and gather your questions, and it's just wonderful. It really has helped me immensely as well.
So you mentioned the questions have been a big part. And as I've been talking to different people, each of them have had aha moments in the coaching program. When would you say you had that aha moment where you realize, oh, this coach training program can really help me? I mean, really, really help me in what I do each and every day.
Um, yeah, it really ties along with the whole everything I've been sharing about asking the right questions, the curiosity. It's like all linked together. It's made me really, I mean, my aha moment is wow. You sometimes feel that you're doing things a certain way, and that's the best way at times. But this just gave me a sense of wow, this is a better way of doing this, right? And it, like you said, it's more intentional.
Mhm.
People just appreciate you more, because now it's not like you're really just giving them all your thoughts and opinions and whatever, it's really just working together with the person and coming alongside of them. And my aha moment was that, I mean, I didn't even know that was actually possible. I had the whole life coach completely. I thought of it being one thing,
Mhm.
and it became another thing. So did we have so much to learn? And that was my aha moment. I just from the very beginning, when you shared what the life coach was about, it was like, oh, okay. And then as we went through it, I'm like, wow, okay, this is different, but it is so amazing to really see the process of, doing it in such a different way that it's so effective and so good for everybody as a whole, not just you, but the person that you're with.
And you mentioned a couple things. You mentioned, things at work, and obviously that bleeds over into your personal life. And as you're
Correct.
talking with people, I know you have a big heart to help women in particular, and you have a ministry with women. And one of the exciting things about life coaching and coaching in general is it doesn't really matter what challenge people are facing, whether you have experience in that or not. So I see that it's helped you professionally. How would you say the coach certification training has helped you personally?
Yes, personally, it's even harder, right? Because our personal life, we get so comfortable with family and other members that we know, right? So when you have that great relationship with people, which is more comfort in a comfortable state.
Sure.
Um, it's helped me even more, I would say. I'll tell you why, because sometimes we're so comfortable with him and we think, "Oh, okay, we don't need to ask the questions. We could just really whoop, throw it out there, right? In the
Mhm.
professional world, you're a little bit more careful, right? It's your business, it's who
Yeah.
pays the bills, right? But in a more personal realm, which we've talked about this, and I heard you say this one time in one of our small groups as well, Marcel. And I take it back. I'm very audio. It's like, when you're in a home, you feel comfortable, right? So you say things, right,
Right.
that can probably hurt someone, or you say something that someone may take it a different way because you're in a comfortable state. So where it's helped me in this
Hmm.
part is that we can't get comfortable.
Yeah.
We really need to have the respect and the time also with our loved ones and with our loved ones in our ministry, as you said, with the women, to really listen that much better
Hmm.
and try to work with them, alongside them, actually, I should say,
Okay.
instead of, counseling them, right? And telling them what to do. And at times that is good because you've experienced and you can do it through a testimonial. But it's always, I really believe that after I did this life coach, Marcel,
Mhm.
I would rather start here with everything and anything I do in my life rather than just having a hat of counseling someone,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Because it really helps get to a lot of the bottom of the things of people,
Hmm.
to be able to help them and serve them better. It's just a good transition to start with this rather than I used to start with the other.
Yeah.
If I'm explaining myself correctly.
Yeah. Oh no, and it's very clear because our default is we want to help people. So let me listen to them so I can tell them what to do, right? With our years of
Hmm.
experience,
Correct.
and you're discovering like so many others, well, what if I take a different approach instead of trying to tell them what to do and be a teacher or facilitator or an advisor? What if I just walk with them? And it's a journey and it may take a little bit longer, but in the end, you're serving them better, which is your goal. So that's really, really good. What would you say about the coach training program, Hilda, that was inspiring for you personally? What was inspiring?
Um, wow. What inspired me was really how much I had to learn from all this. It was inspiring. You may say, people may
Mm.
say, wow, but that was truly inspiring, Marcel. If people would just know how much they taking the time to do this, and it's always hard work to really learn and better yourselves.
Sure.
It does take a little work, but it was exciting in the process because, we did it alongside you and other people, and we were all pretty much in the same boat, no matter from what different directions we are and what levels we have professionally, and if we have a ministry or not, or if we are just became believers or not. It all around. I mean,
Yeah.
it really was great to see that we all have room for improvement. It was
Mhm.
so inspiring in that aspect that, we're all here to learn and just get better and be better. And that's what it taught me, was very inspiring to see how much depth this life coach training has,
Yeah.
to really spark something in us that it's really deep, I would
Mhm.
say, because you get to learn a lot about yourself,
Yeah.
and you get to learn how to really know other people better by being, that was very inspiring.
Good. Good. So as you reflect a little bit and going back, because you've had a very busy few years, to say the least, and I'm curious because so much was going on in your life. What would you say was the key factor that really grabbed your attention to say, oh, I need to take this course. I need to do this certification. What made it clear to you that, hey, I need to do this. This is for me.
Yes. That's extremely important because, yes, I've been having a lot in my life with my oldies and big family and work. So it was, at times it was tough. At times, I mean, even times that I would call you, Marcel. I mean, I don't know, all these, the time that I was investing in it. At the beginning, I was like, being totally honest, I thought it was a lot of hours. Um, and then, through prayer and already what I had learned from the very first couple of times, I'm like, you know, I'm using this and already from the very beginning, and I have all this other time to finish, and it's already been benefiting me as a person and benefiting other people. And because I do have a heart to serve, I said, I need to really stick to this. I mean, I am a person that when I start, I want to finish something, right? That's for that's a real thing for me. But what really what really helped me was just seeing that I was already using it without even noticing the things that I needed to pay attention to. And we can get so caught up in about me, me, me. And even if we're not a me selfish person, it still becomes, what's comfortable for us
Sure.
and not really taking the time. But at the end of the day, it really is for you as well
Yeah.
because it does give more peace and it gives you more clarity. To really be able to help others. And that was that pushed me to continue and to really want to stay in the course and
Sure.
finish it regardless of all the struggles and the time and everything that just came at me throughout the month and the year. Yep.
And you brought up something really important. You brought up the fact that at first it could be overwhelming, right? When you look at all the material, when you look at the classes, and we've made some adjustments on that. But we also had a hybrid model. So we had some live classes, we had self-study things, and then we have peer
Mhm.
coaching that you did with others. How would you say having a hybrid model to the program and flexibility really helped you finish the program and get through it?
That's super important, Marcel.
Okay.
I really kudos you for really having that flexibility. It just worked wonderfully because of the hybrid, because of the flexibility,
Mhm.
and everything I was going through in my life. That was really priority because you do value family first, and I think that seeing that also, it encourages us that you really truly want to help in that area and making this program a way that everybody could really manage through the time, through the heartaches, through things that happen in life because they do in nature. It was just so flexible that actually that's what helped me finalize this program. And I feel blessed by that, and I'm grateful that there is that hybrid and flexibility and work with your time schedule, and that you took time of yourself even to give us that extra time
Sure.
and ideas of how we can do it and the schedules. So that was just amazing. This is just really for everyone. It it really helps any schedule, no matter how hard it is. So
Yeah.
it was wonderful.
So we had different parts of the program. We started off with a 2-day intensive, which was like a fire hose, right? We're drinking out of a
Mhm.
fire hose. And then we moved into bi-monthly meetings online. We have peer coaching, and then you have the self-study videos. What would you say? And I know they all serve the different purpose, but which one did you find most valuable for you in this journey?
Um, well, maybe two things, because I do like the interaction with having the whole group and talking through things and seeing everybody's point of view,
Yeah.
how they learn or how they're learning things and how they actually did their back and forth.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I enjoy more the one-on-one. I guess I'm a quality time person, and really, I think I when I was doing my versions personally with folks, It allows me to just really be me, and it allows me to have that one-on-one with a person. And I enjoyed those sessions, the lab work that we were doing with the people outside of what we were actually doing. And maybe that's just, because of my personal personality and my quality time and how I like, but that was also my personal favorite.
Okay.
But I do like I am a group person, and I do like to learn from others. So I think
Okay.
well, you need both.
Yeah.
So it's a good combination.
Okay. Good. Good. So let's think a little bit about how the program has helped you serve others better. What would you say the program has done to help you gain more skill in the area of serving people in particular?
Well, I think as a whole, everything, Marcel,
Okay.
it really allows you to reflect, um, to really take your time
Mhm.
in this busy world. Um, and so I think that's a really high thing for me, because we can get into a world where as you start doing this with someone already in your mind, you have so many things that you have to do. For those overachievers, for those that really have a very, very fast-paced life.
Mhm.
And I include myself, and we want to do so much. It really helped me reflect on that pace, that I really have to just stop everything I'm doing and take the time to do this with others, and that has helped me throughout everything, right? Even with my kids, when they'll come, and they're actually, it's from my grandkids to my kids to my family to my professional. Because we even in a meeting sometimes, oh my goodness, I've got this meeting with someone, and I've got to run through this, because it's I don't have the time. I've got to finish this. I got to finish that. No, it's just really giving the attention to that person in that particular moment. And when the kids come, my grandkids come running, they want to share what happened at school. It's really I sit, and I look at them. And I listen to them to see what they're really what they're trying to engage with me.
Yeah.
So from there, even from the grandkids to when my daughter comes, well, from the phone call. Sometimes I get a phone call coming from work to home. I already know, even though it's a norm for her, I need to stop what I'm doing. I need to listen.
Yeah.
I need to engage.
Mhm.
So the engagement for me, it's and taking that time to really engage and just stop what
Yeah.
I'm doing and engage
That's
on
good.
that conversation. Conversation, when someone reaches out to you, they are saying to you, I need you. I need you to hear me. I need you to listen to me. I need you to stop what you're doing. And then it's in many ways, it's probably in a fun state. It's probably something they're trying to share with you, that it's happy, right? As far as
Yeah.
maybe it's something that needs your attention because they're drowning. So in essence, that engagement and just stepping back and listening and really let them think that let them know that you're there.
Yeah.
I think that's the core for me.
That's good.
How, yeah, that's helped
That's
me a
good.
lot.
And I love that because you're quieting the noise, you're focusing in
Yes,
on them, you're giving them your undivided attention. And how many times, as you know, both you and I were multitasking and doing several
multitasking.
things, and
Yep.
now we've realized, hey, maybe that's not the best approach, right? Maybe the
Mhm.
best approach is to say, okay, I have these three tasks. I need to focus on this person and put that on the side and really give them my undivided attention.
Marcel,
And
and it's so rewarding, if I might add, it's so rewarding because just even now, the conversation you and I are having, your mind is not all over. It's you're here. You're really taking the time to live this moment, and you live the moment by moment,
yeah,
and you're able to get more out of it than really multitasking.
yeah,
You really, it's just mind blowing.
mhm,
It's really a life changing,
yeah.
I would say.
Okay.
It's a life changing program.
So here's a deep question for you. Now that
Uh-oh.
you're a certified professional coach, what's possible now?
Oh, the possibilities are limitless, right? We always limit ourselves, and God is a God
That's
has
right.
no limitations, and He teaches us that. Um, no, there's no limits really. There's what it's really taught me is that there's more to learn. There's more to learn out there. This is what this has taught me. That there's never it never ends here. We've got to just continue as far as we have breath. We
That's
need to
right.
continue to learn and to serve and to give, because this is something we give to others as well
Mhm.
through the process of learning this. So there is no limit to that. It's definitely um, I've got to continue. And in this year, I really I know that the whole ministry for me of women, I had to take a little break, but still.
Mhm.
I'm engaged in a woman's group that's being led by another person, but I feel very much, a part of. And just it taught me, let me just go and meet other women and other people that I don't know
Mhm.
and really connect with them and try to help in that angle as well. Like, so it's limitless. Yeah.
And how does that make you feel now that you know that, hey, really the sky's the limit because I'm a coach, there are so many things I can do. How does that make you feel?
Feel a lot of joy. It's a lot of joy because now you're also I have learned to really express myself in a different way and to think through things and even go deeper in my relationships, conversations with people.
Yeah.
That it does impact and they do feel. I hear more and more. I mean, I've always, I think, been a personable person with people, and they've
Sure.
really. But now I even see more like, thank you because you're different and I don't know, everybody wants to be heard.
That's a
I
good
know
point.
when I speak to someone, I want to be heard. And when someone is doing other things,
Yeah.
I don't take it personal because I know life is life, right? But others may, and that really doesn't serve who we really should be
Yeah.
as individuals, either professionally and of course as in my personal world, who we're imaging, right?
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah. That's good. So first of all, I wanted to say congratulations. You've become a certified professional coach and a life coach, and you might go into the marriage coach in the future or the executive coach. That's definitely available to you. But I think it's a step in the right direction. And as you know, it doesn't matter who you're coaching, the coaching principles remain the same. So let's take a couple of minutes as we finish to speak to the person who might be considering becoming a certified professional coach, certified life coach, or an executive coach or a marriage coach, but they're on the fence, right? They're thinking, "Hey, I don't know if I have the time to do this. I don't know if I can finish the program. I don't want to start it if I can't finish it." What would you say to that person who's still on the fence and indecisive?
Do it. Just do it. I always tell my kids, that it's a hard thing to do. Sometimes we have fear, right? Fear is what really just stops us. We fear for many different reasons. We each individually have different fears, right? Like you said, sometimes people that want to get started and have the fear that they can't finish it.
Mhm.
Some have fear of, speaking in a group setting. I think fear is what really gets in the middle of everything. And like I tell my children, is something I've been telling them now more than ever,
Mhm.
even our adult children, do it with fear. Just do it with fear because that accomplishment is going to just take you to another level and you'll see that the fears will just subside.
Mhm.
So that's what I would really recommend to everyone because there is nothing you can't do in this world. You have been built to really strive and go to higher heights. And
Mhm.
sometimes we don't even know what those heights are. But if we don't start somewhere, we won't know what those heights are. And we all have different dreams. So just do it with fear.
Yeah. I love that. Do it with fear because so many times people are afraid. and then they don't start, right? And what
Yeah.
we find is if you just start, you can finish it. But the hardest part sometimes is just committing to start. And I always tell people, hey, you need three things to change in this area of your life. You need a commitment, you need a coach, and you need a course of action. And the
Mhm.
commitment is the first thing. You have to make the commitment to start the program, to finish the program. I serve as your coach, and then we have the course of action. So it all starts with that commitment. I love that fear and move in fear. I heard somebody say the other day, it's a little bit violent. They said, punch fear in the face.
Mhm.
And although I'm not a fan of violent metaphors, I think
Right.
it, I think it communicates the point. You're always going to
Hmm.
be afraid, but just do it. The whole Nike slogan, just do it
Yep.
anyways. Um, what would you say, Hildy, to that person? Hey, one of the biggest benefits that you're going to get out of this program is, how would you fill in the blank?
Mm. Okay, so my biggest benefit, um, I would say it will increase it does increase your ability of communication with others. That's the biggest benefit. It increases the benefit of that you're benefiting so much of how you're communicating. It does increase your standards of communication. You're learning through communicating better, and I think that's a big deal out there in the world, right? How we communicate. It's so impactful when we communicate properly, and how do we communicate properly, right? So
Yeah,
I think that's the huge benefit I have taken out from all this.
that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it is definitely, and we talk about soft skills in our jobs, right, all the time, and communication from a coaching perspective. We don't always connect those two, but I've heard that many times. It improves your communication. It makes you a better communicator because you're listening better. You're more active in your listening. You're paying attention more, which means the conversation is going to go deeper. It's going to be more meaningful. So
Right. And if you
communicate.
notice that I took a pause there when you asked me that
Sure.
question, and that's part of the life coach training. So whoever that is listening to this, it's okay to stop and think.
Yeah.
Because normally we just when people ask us something, I mean, they're expecting you to answer right away and give them the right answers, and and we live in a microwave world, but in those moments it may not be the best way. So it's okay to just, now I feel more comfortable that it's okay. Before I felt that, I no, no, I've got to answer this person right away. I got
Yeah.
to know all the answers right away. I got to tell them. I've got to, so they're going to think I'm not knowledgeable. They're going to, so, and it's the opposite, honestly, is what we've learned here in this coaching, which has been amazing as well. So it's okay to stop when you're asked a question. It's okay to
Yeah.
stop and focus and get your thoughts together to ask the question. So yeah.
Okay. And one final question, because I know we're wrapping up here with time. If someone is saying, Hilda, I would like to do that in the future, so I think I'll wait another year or 6 months, why would you encourage them to start now rather than wait till later?
They need it. I needed it. We all need it. We don't understand the emergency that there is in this course until you start. And throughout the challenges that you may have, you just need it, and you've got all the tools because you have the hybrid, the flexibility. It's there's not a time
Yeah.
within, and you can work at your time. You have the owner of this program that will work through that with you, and it's like it's really life changing. If you really believe that you need a change in your life in some area, this will probably encompass a lot of that
Mhm.
and help you through your daily life and through your. So I would recommend not to put it to one more day. I would say really get on, commit to it. And don't worry about when you commit, you're committing, and you're just going to move at your pace. and it will just get done in itself. You don't have to see the end, at the end, when is it going to end? It's just how just start it. So yes, I highly recommend that. Just that's another part of fear that it gets into folks.
Yeah,
Let me just do it next year because I have too much to do. We always have too much to
that's
do.
right.
And I'm speaking for myself because that's exactly how I started this.
Mhm.
But I said I'm gonna just I prayed about it. I gotta do it.
That's right. You got to do it.
And
That's right.
it worked itself out. It worked
Yeah.
itself out.
You took your own advice. You just do it. Just get
Yes,
it done.
absolutely.
Well, I'm going to sneak in one more question here because I think one of the things that was unique about your experience was you participated in the program with your husband, Hubie, and you guys had a lot of fun. There were a lot of laughs, a lot of cute moments between you. Uh, what do you think is the benefit of doing something like this with your spouse?
Oh yeah. With the conversations that we have actually did improve. Did improve because we saw ourselves going back to, telling each other, well, we remember we learned this, so we really gotta, help each other, work on this a bit better, and it was more of not pounding on the other how they're doing it right or wrong because there is no right or wrong. Each of us have our personality. It's just taking the training and sharing with each other the benefits of it and how you like, to be addressed in a certain area. So it was very beneficial that we were able to have around, our evening or dinners or wherever we were at, something popped up and we said, oh, remember this, we
That's right.
learned this.
Yeah.
um, so definitely it's a great way of putting it into your marriage or into your relationships for those who are not married yet. And it's a great start even before you get married to start learning how to take the time with each other. It's just going to really create more love, respect, and fun
Yeah.
as well.
It's good. It's good. I'm sure you have those moments where you look at each other and you say, "Are you coaching me?"
Are you? Exactly. Exactly.
That's funny. Well, Hilda, thanks again. I loved having you and Hubie, and I think it was really beneficial for all of us as we worked through this together. And I just enjoyed having you so much in the program. You definitely contributed a lot, and I think a lot of people learned from you, and you learned from them. And I think that's what made the program so exciting. So God bless you, and I know you're gonna serve and continue to serve many more people through the skills that you learn in this coaching program. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Marcel.